Hey Scorpio, welcome to Intention 1111. Today I'm going to be doing a week in Scorpio, excuse me. Let me see what the dates are. Let's see. Okay. All right, 18 through 24, something like that, 18 through 24 February. All right, so we have the full moon in Virgo coming up on the 24th. And already, okay, it kind of feels like there's going to be a lot going on for that time. Kind of feels like there's a lot of change, a lot of finalities coming, if that makes any sense to anybody out there. So this next week can prove to be kind of tricky, but just ground and pay attention to the things that are standing out to you. If you're getting any kind of synchronicity, any kind of dream um, messages, anything like that, just pay attention to what's sticking out to you. So, lots of change in relationships with the Virgo full moon, but this is also a time to kind of remember to take a look back at some progress that's happened. So let's see what the energy for this week's going to be. Show me Scorpio. We're 18 before. Show me some. 24. It feels like a lot. I was talking with a good friend of mine tonight, and he was saying, that it just feels the energy feels so strange, and we were talking about how there's a lot of karmic energy. It feels like a lot of burning away karma, burning away some sort of karmic energy. But as we were reading together, he was kind of we were noticing that anyway, a lot of justice may be happening this week for karmic situations. So just put your seatbelts on. All right, third eye chakra and fertility. Okay. New beginnings. We have intuition coming in pretty strong, in coherence. So remember when I said pay attention to the signs that you're getting this week, something new's being birthed out of something closing. You have a 9, you have a 6, which is choices. When I get the 6 in my reads, it's about choices, major life choices. Then we have a 4, balance, coherence. So being able to take what messages you're being given, okay, and put them into practical use in your life. Also remember, there's a lot of closures happening this week, maybe new beginnings as well. So just keep that in mind. So let's see what's going on with Scorpio this week. Scorpio. Pay attention to what's being put on your path. Pay attention to what's being brought to your attention. And if it seems like a coincidence, maybe it's not, right? Maybe it's not. I've been getting a lot of 11s, a lot of 11, 10, 11, 11, of course. I've been getting a lot of 4s, right? So balance, and new paths emerging, new paths being presented. Scorpio's there right on the top of the deck. New beginnings, Ace of Wands coming in pretty hot and heavy. That's fast moving energy. A lot of you may find that you're freeing yourself from situations this week, moving away from situations toward more healthy healing situations. Now you're not letting the train run away, right? You've got some logic here, some wisdom that you're applying to situations. Like I said, coherence, right? Coherence with the third eye. So you are logically, okay, thinking, or maybe you're expressing healing, that you want to move away from one thing, new beginnings, freeing yourself from something, moving toward healing, but you're in control of the situation, right? You're in control of things. I mean, we're never really in control of things, but Like I said, this isn't a willy-nilly runaway train type of situation. And some contracts are coming to a close. Some contracts are coming to a close because here with the 11, you have the new path. Contracts in the reverse here because there's lacking. Somebody didn't fulfill their part of the deal. Okay, whether that is with your career or with relationship or with, money. Somebody didn't fulfill their part of the deal here. And so the contract is over. There's no more giving to this situation because there's no transparency in this situation because somebody did not fulfill their end of the deal. So, for whatever that's worth, new things are being brought into the forefront this week. So, let's see about Scorpio's career real quick. Okay, Scorpio's listening to their intuition moving forward. I don't think anyone's asking for a second chance this week. It looks like to me wisdom is kicked in, okay, and we are not going toward second chance type mentalities, okay. Now for some of you this may be let's put the past in the past type of stuff and start from to here moving forward, right? But I don't think second chances are going to be part of the deal. That's not going to be part of the mentality for this week. A lot of you are having to defend a new beginning, a new path. A lot of you are having to defend against immaturity this week, childish behaviors this week, right? Um, it could be anywhere, lovers, coworkers, friends, family, whatever. But a lot of you are having to defend and deflect against things that are coming your way this week. Remember, don't be defensive, okay? Don't be defensive. You see this guy here, he's got a sword ready to knock somebody out here, right? But really what the idea here is to sort of communicate, right? Communicate that, that's not a reality that you're going to accept, right? And again, we're not going here again. Somebody's saying here, we are not going here again. So whatever this second chance situation is here, whether it be work, love, whatever it is you've got going on, somebody's saying here, look, don't even bring it up, okay? Because we're not going here again. So it's a very strong boundary somebody's laying down here. So this was supposed to be about career. So let's see kind of what's going on. We got some people here learning a new skill. They're learning how to do something new. You may be entering a new job this week or entering a new position or learning some kind of training this week or whatever. But um, a lot of studying, a lot of research maybe, but there's something happening here with a newness, learning something new. Scorpios are quick learners. It doesn't take long, Scorpio, until you're kind of on top here. You've got 3, learning it and applying it is at the Queen of Coins level. And, we have balance. So you've got, even though you may be the new kid on the block, I think the experience that you're bringing into this job this week kind of speaks for itself. So if you're finding yourself with some challenges this week, just remember Scorpios are masters of thinking on their feet, right? I mean, it's like second nature for us. So you don't have to worry about not learning it or not being able to do it. It doesn't take you long before you've got it down. So whatever that means to those of you going into a new job or learning something new this week or even doing something new this week, um, it's going to be like that before you get it, right? Just hang on. Hang on. Okay, so let's move on to money. Show me Scorpio's money. Show me Scorpio's money this week. Strong boundaries being laid down about some things. Show me what you got. Okay, somebody's saying, show me what you got. Show me Scorpios. I'll decide. I'll decide what I do after you show me what you've got, right? That's kind of the idea I'm getting here with this Queen of Swords card. Show me Scorpio's money this week. See, you've got Six of Coins coming out here. Excuse me, on the top of the deck here. Um, so this could be, and you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords in the middle. Show me what you got before I put my money down on this. I need to see this before we do this, is kind of what I'm getting here. It looks like here you've been saving. Somebody's been saving up for maybe a down payment or something like that. Somebody wants to see the fine print before they put their whole wad on it, right? Um, the more you perfect something, the more money comes from it. This woman here is polishing these coins, right? This is skill set. This is learning, working on being better at something, right? And because of that, the money keeps flowing in, abundance, right? The money keeps flowing in. The focus is on doing the best job possible and perfecting it, and because of that, the money flows, right? Intentions. Then you have somebody, of course, saying, "Hey, you need to show me something here." So somebody may be asking to look at bank statements this week or credit card statements. There may be some sort of credit card charges that aren't quite right. You are asking for somebody to produce the proof of something before you pay it or before you give your money to it. And so if you're having kind of a confusion this week, or you're kind of like, that doesn't sound quite right, right? You're going to need to tell them to show me. Okay. You need to produce this before I decide that, yes, I'm going to agree with it. Maybe this is also about putting something in a contract. I need to see this in writing before I dedicate my resources to that. I'm sorry, but I don't see this in the contract. So this needs to be in writing. It needs to be clear, okay, and in writing before I decide that I'm going to give my money to that or I'm going to sign on for that. I need to see something first, right? Statements, bills, charges, whatever. So it may be a point this week of being like Virgo, details, right? Show me the details, okay, before you commit to it. With money this week, be careful and read the fine print. Because there's an energy here about, I don't know about that. I need to see something a little more, right? So for whatever that's worth for y'all out there, watch your statements, watch your charges on your bank account, credit cards, whatever this week. And if it doesn't look right, you're going to need to be shown just exactly how that money was spent or why those charges are the way they are. So let's look at love for Scorpio this week. Scorpio death card turning up on the deck when I'm shuffling. Show me love for Scorpio this week. Intuitive hits, okay? Sometimes we deny our intuition because we're like, I don't know about that, right? But sometimes it's right on the money, so to speak. So if you get an intuitive hit about something, especially this week, you need to follow that lead, follow where it goes. Let me love for Scorpio this week. Excuse me. Show me love for Scorpio this week. Okay. We have an emphasis on financial stability and stability within families, stability within business. Again, we've got somebody not listening to their intuition here, which may affect the stability of something this week. Even if it's something as simple like, oh gosh, I don't feel right about that, or, I'm not sure I should really do that. I just have a feeling that that's like not the way to go. Then pay attention to that. Because if you are not paying attention to the signs this week that you get, you're not going to be able to apply them to bring balance into your life. Remember, something is closing so that something new can be born, right? So somebody here may run the risk of not things not being as stable or balanced either with money, love, family, career, if they're not listening to their intuition. Somebody is going against their better judgment on something. Somebody isn't protecting something the way that it should be protected. So for example, between you and excuse me, you and a spouse, a lover, whatever. If you have the idea that somebody has the idea here that they're not being supported and protected. When, in relationships, there's nothing worse than when you're with somebody and they make you feel like you're out here by yourself, in defense of, or with something that you're encountering or enduring or going through, right? And if you feel like you're kind of like out here, like the lone man over here, and your spouse is over here not paying attention or not looking at you or not throwing you a lifeline over here, then who are you in a relationship with, right? Are you by yourself in this relationship? Also, somebody is feeling here like they are not being defended properly or not being presented properly. Um, so if you're in relationship this week, that's what your main focus needs to be, right? You need to pay attention to the things that are directly in front of you in your present moment this week. Because if you do not, you may suffer the consequences, of course, of someone feeling like they're kind of not being supported here. Somebody's driving on because of that. Somebody's figuring something out. They're learning something new about the person that they're with. And they are kind of like, whoa, if that's kind of what I can expect from you, then I'm going to drive on. So pay attention to that. Nurture relationships that are in front of you this week, right? If that's with yourself, great, fantastic. If that's with a crush, fantastic. Nurture that situation. If it's a spouse, nurture that situation. Nurture what's in front of you this week. Give to things that are directly in front of you this week in the present, not things of the past, not things that you hope for in the future, but what is in front of you today that you need to focus on. Focus and nurture relationships that are in front of you today. Um, Some of you may be entertaining things that you don't need to be entertaining this week. Some of you may need to make hard and fast boundaries this week against people. You have the Knight of Cups and the Devil here, right? And so we're talking up here about stability and support and trusting our better judgment and paying attention and nurturing the things that are in front of us right now that we can control, right? Relationships, okay? But there's an idea here that someone's bringing you something, okay? And it's sort of a temptation, which creates a burden, okay? So you have what it takes, okay, to maintain what you have in front of you right now. You have what it takes to be able to balance things out. And sometimes this right here, maybe someone's Achilles heel that's kind of the same old story, okay? Same old story, same old song and dance, right? Same old situation, whatever it is, right? And in order to break that cycle, you can't entertain it anymore. So the only time to, when people are in relationships or whatever, it's the devil, right? Or the devil in the details, right? Or what you let creep in or seep into something. So if you're entertaining a temptation of some sort, and this sort starts to creep in and And then all of a sudden you turn around and you're like, well, I don't know how that happened. Well, you damn sure do know how it happened, right? Because you entertained it and you allowed it to happen. And this down here may be why someone's partner up here, okay, is feeling like, really? Um, Something as simple as, oh, well, you liked this picture or you did something here or, I was over here holding 40 trays over here and you were over there talking to Sally or whatever, right? It's kind of like some kind of feeling like your partner or somebody that you're involved with is feeling like you kind of let them down because your focus was somewhere else, right? So this also to me could be about prioritizing what is important to you, right? Is this person that's standing in front of you important to you? If they are, you need to show people in your life this week how they are important to you and how you can support them. Somebody kind of has some sort of a little temptation down here that causes them a little bit of burden every now and again. And they need to do away with that. Do not entertain temptation this week. Um, Especially if it's coming in the form of romance. But anything that you have the foresight that will create a problem in the future, okay? Anything that you feel like may create a barrier or a problem in the future in your relationships, with your money, at the job, whatever it is, resist the idea. Just resist it. Don't even go there. Don't even look at it. Don't think about it. Pay attention to what's in front of you right now this week. And that's really the best way I know how to describe it. Let's see. Show me the Knight of Cups and the Devil. Show me the Knight of Cups and the Devil. Even if this is like, well, James asked me out, I kind of feel like James is going to be a lot of trouble. I kind of feel like James is going to be a lot of work. I kind of feel like, I have a temptation to be attracted to this type of guy or girl, right? And I know that 3 months in, okay, I'm going to be like, fuck this, right? So, you know what? James reminds me of somebody else, so I'm not going to entertain James. You see what I mean? Even something like that is resisting some sort of temptation that you already know is going to cause a problem. So let me see. Show me the Knight of Cups and the Devil. Show me the Knight of Cups and the Devil. Yeah. Anything that threatens harm to your happy environment, your happy family, peace and harmony. Okay. So when I began this read, I started talking about karmic energy this week. It feels like we're burning off karmic energy or we are doing something with karmic energy, right? So some of you, divine counterparts out there, you may have karmics pop up this week around the Virgo full moon, right? May have some karmics be popping up and you're like, oh fuck, here they are again. And so don't engage. Okay, you know they're a karmic, you know this happens, there's a pattern here. Do not engage. Okay. Karmic issues, karmic cycles. Even with twin flames, we have karmic cycles. Do not entertain it. Okay, the lesson is, hey, how are you handling the situation now? So do not entertain something this week you know is going to threaten your peace and happiness and harmony. In love relationship, it's about balance this week. It's about stability. It's about family. It's about home and nurturing that idea with someone. Nurturing relationships, learning how to nurture relationships, learning how to move forward toward nurturing relationships. So you may have a little devil pop up this week, right? So the idea here is don't entertain it. Anything that threatens your peace this week, do not entertain it. Period. Don't entertain it. So, uh, I don't know what that means. You guys will know what that means to you, whatever that means to you, whatever the subject matter. Just don't entertain it this week. Just don't entertain it. You know, going down that place is going to take you a specific, to a specific ending. Just don't go there, right? Avoid it if you can this week. So let's see. Let's get some advice for Scorpio. Show me Scorpio this week. You're birthing something new, right? And so if we are new, right, and we're closing out cycles, then we cannot handle things the same way that we've been handling them, right? They're new, we're new, we got to react new, right? Don't entertain old things. Don't entertain temptations this week. Temptations a knocking. Don't entertain it. Balanced life. Anything that threatens your peace and harmony this week, just drive around it, okay? Accepting challenges. Trust your inner resources. Like I said, you have the magician down here. You have everything you need to stop continuing in a toxic cycle. So don't entertain it this week. Happy life, okay? You are being called to nurture something this week that brings you peace and harmony, a relationship, a job, whatever. And you are unique. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. This to me is talking about, when I look at this, I'm getting some idea of compare and contrast. Now, I think that's Virgo energy about looking at the progress that you've made over the year, the last few years or whatever, the month. But don't compare and contrast that you should be in a position that someone else is in, right? Excuse me. Well, I should be that far ahead and I'm not. And then you start this defeatist kind of mentality. Don't compare and contrast with other people. Compare and contrast with yourself. How far have you come? What did you overcome to get to where you are? That's kind of the stuff that you need to be looking at, not comparing, contrasting with other people. Maybe that's some of you guys out there, that's your temptation, is to compare and contrast. Don't do that this week. If you know it's going to put you in a specific mood, you know it's going to flatten you out for a couple of weeks, or you know it's going to, fuck with you, don't entertain it. Okay? Just slow and steady wins the race, right? Just don't entertain temptation this week. So, Scorpio, that's what I have for you guys, and I will see y'all next week.